Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you very much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look at Bitcoin here once more, just helping you understand best practice and big picture. What we're going to look at is just regular markets and some doji candles, kind of see what's going on there, and kind of just keep it brief and simple. But if you are new to the channel, I just like to remind you, I love teaching people how to trade. I'm not a financial advisor. You want to register? Go ahead and go to cryptocash.tech, become a member. I highly recommend registering before the end of the year, just based on the simple fact that we're increasing rates next year, and you can lock it in if you want. Furthermore, I sent out trade signals too. We took nice 33% from Bitcoin and 60% from Ethereum here recently. It was an awesome experience, and we're continuing to make healthy profits throughout this month. But again, there's not a tremendous amount of opportunity. You can't just trade your shorts off. So we had to find the right and pick the right battles, for lack of better terms. Okay. We're also utilizing Bitget, fantastic exchange, $10,000 prize pool month if you want to become a member. Crypto Cash again, .text down below to register. Furthermore, as well, very last thing, ExpressVPN. You will need a VPN if you're trading with leverage. So keep in mind you got 3 extra months free with this 12-month plan through myself. I've recently partnered with ExpressVPN. Super happy to be part of their team. It's an amazing VPN. So awesome stuff there. Bitget and ExpressVPN is basically the combination for the win. All right, so let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Some standard stuff we want to talk about. First of all, we are still under 50 on the RSI. While that is not a great sign, that's absolutely considered positive to me based on the fact that we keep retesting this level. And the more likely you do that, the more likely it is to break. Okay. Furthermore, we've also got this MACD here kind of tapering off, showing us that the momentum to the downside is lower. Okay, so that's very positive too. The only disadvantageous thing, of course, is the 50-day SMA working its way down. Could potentially push the price action further, but I think there's more likelihood to break and to break hard to the upside here in the near future. The reason why I feel that way is because traditional markets are kind of drawing dead and Bitcoin's been strong compared to the regular markets in the overall sense of holding its price point here, whereas traditional markets have just generally been going down. Okay, so again, it's just kind of tells me to, leads me to believe, tells me that we're probably in pretty good shape. Okay, that being said, though, there is one thing you want to recognize, and this is not an ominous scenario by any stretch, but traditionally when you see double doji candles like this, there is a tendency of a sell-off and the price action coming down because the price has trouble breaking through that resistance level. Okay, we could be seeing that as well right now, but the good news is we're seeing a lot of volume at this price point, so the likelihood of breaking to the upside is, in my opinion, slightly higher. So I think that the daily is looking great here. And what I'd recommend if you were to consider taking entry is to effectively take entry now and have a second target in place, maybe around 16,200, to effectively allow for you to get a nice average fill if the price were to come down and bounce. So we have seen that happen most recently. In fact, our most recent trade, we wicked all the way down to 16,202, and our second entry was 16,200, which is why we only took 33% instead of 66. Again, that's just the way that it works, okay? That's sometimes the good and bad of trading. You never truly know, but it's best to trade safe than it is sorry, right? Better safe than sorry, as they say. So, higher lows so far without higher highs. What that basically just tells us is that we're seeing a parallel or basically a ascending type of pattern here that's going to allow for the price to potentially break out to the upside. And when I say potentially, and I reiterate that, is that it's never 100% probability, but it's a stronger likelihood. That's essentially what we're looking at. So the 4-hour looks good there. We don't really have any overextension as well. We're getting a lot of resets, so we're good in that sense. And if we look at the MACD, kind of drawing dead because we've been range bound for at least a full, what is that? Somewhere in the range, that's about a week's worth of trading. So we've been range bound for 1 week. We're going to see a breakout one way or the other, okay? And it seems more likely for the breakout to be up than down just based on the overall sentiment and how things are going right now. Taking a look at the 1 hour, let's go and wrap this up here. We're looking at TD sequential. We can see that there hasn't been a tremendous amount of consistency here. We do get occasional 9s here, but it tends to bounce back and recover quickly. So we're at a 3 right now, kind of just going sideways. I wouldn't expect anything crazy, but I would anticipate closer to the end of today's trading day or this weekend, being a holiday weekend, we might see more upside than downside. It would make a lot more sense to see that. Again, history has a tendency of repeating itself, but it doesn't have to. That's generally the way that trading works. All right, last thing we want to take a look at is the cloud. And we can see we're slowly breaking through the cloud. Once again, just to reiterate, when you're range bound, doesn't matter a tremendous amount, but we're also not necessarily fully range bound when you think about it, because we're making higher lows continuously. So what's to stop it from making another higher low? It should happen and could very well happen moving forward, but just know it's kind of a tight margin. Okay, so if you're going to be taking a trade right now, have some tight profit targets. Do something along the lines of somewhere in the range of 1% or less. Maybe 17,000 is a good first target. And average your fill down so that way you can have a scenario where you have a good average price here and then potentially add to your average lower here as well. I love having 2 entry targets when I take a trade. So maybe consider something like that to kind of keep yourself safer than sorry, because again, that's kind of the whole mentality right now in the bear market, is to be safe and to make sure you survive. While you can still thrive, you don't want to be greedy, right? You want to work within your risk tolerance and make sure you adhere to that. And those are all things that I teach in my trading community and academy. So be sure to check that out again, of course. If you are not currently a member, keep in mind rates are increasing by year end, so you want to probably try to lock that in if you can. Keep that going, of course, because we got a lot of new things coming to the new website next year. Thanks so much for joining me here. I really hope that this was a good educational experience, and I look forward to working with you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.